What's up, everybody? Mark here with Coffee and Toys, bringing you another weekend news update, things I've purchased, things I want to talk about, just kind of an overall of here's how the week's been. So, of course, we always start that off talking about coffee. And today's coffee is Green Mountain Columbia Single Origin Select. That's a mouthful, but it's very good. Picked it up at Target. And I think you can get it pretty much anywhere. I think Green Mountain, I believe, is owned by Keurig. So it's kind of there, you can order it directly from Keurig, which of course I use the pods because I'm a monster. But yeah, very good. It is a dark roast, so if you like single origin coffee, which to me, I kind of like blends myself, but this one's pretty good. So now that we've talked about coffee, we really need to jump into what's been going on in toys this week. And we'll start off with Masters of the Universe because, as you know, that is one of my favorite lines to collect. And of course, the big news is that on Monday, the Mondo 1/6 scale Skeletor Ultimate Edition dropped. And wow, that thing is absolutely beautiful. I am in for one. I really thought about ordering two of them, but at the end of the day, I said, I really only need one. If I have two, I definitely don't know how I'm going to display both of them. I have one He-Man Ultimate Edition, so this Skeletor will pair up very well with him. That is a timed exclusive, so if you are interested in it, you've got till the 30th. I think is a 10-day window. So you've got till Thursday of this coming week. Thursday or Friday of this coming week. I guess it's Friday's the 30th. So, if you're interested, it's $260. You can go to mondoshop.com and pick it up right now. So yeah, I went ahead and picked up one of those. In other Masters of the Universe news, we have seen in-package of Spikor in the Origins line and Squeeze from the Origins line. So, both those characters are looking very cool. Squeeze is actually squeezed into that packaging. It looks kind of humorous. But they also, in addition to two Origins figures, they released the Masterverse in-package shot of Skeletor when he was part of the Horde. So that's very exciting to see what that's going to look like in package. All three of these I have pre-ordered. If you are interested in pre-ordering them yourself, they are available at pretty much all online retailers, Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, Walmart. I believe you can even order them from there as well. So yeah, exciting because once we get the pictures of the figures in their packaging, that means they are very close to hitting the store shelves, both virtual and physical. So other Masters of the Universe news, I think that's all I can remember happening at this point. There might be some other little things that I've missed, but those are the main ones on my radar that really, got me excited. So, especially that Skeletor. That Skeletor looks fantastic compared to the first Revelations Skeletor we got. This one looks much better. I might actually have to pick up two of those so I can do some head swaps between the first edition and the second edition. Moving on to the to G.I. Joe news. It is still Yojo June, so I've got my Cobra shirt on for that. And lots of things happening this week. We'll start off with the HasLab. HasLab's still going strong. I think they're just a little bit over 14,000 backers right now. Of course, at that 16,000 backer mark, Glinda will be unlocked, and everyone that is a backer will receive a Wild Bill, a Night Force Ripcord, and Glinda as part of the Operation Dragonfly HasLab, and of course you get the Dragonfly as well. But we will also find out that final unlock that is at 19,000 backers. And rumors are just running wild all over the place that it's going to be General Hawk, and I don't know. I didn't picture Glinda being the second unlock. That was such a deep cut and very cool. The only thing I can really think of about that is they're going to try to make the most of their molds that they've already spent the tooling money on. So we kind of have to think that there's not going to be, whatever this final figure is, it's either already been tooled or it's going to be tooled and used over and over. So just a quick 2 cents. A lot of people thinking it might be the Flight Suit General Hawk. If it is the Flight Suit General Hawk, it will not be anything close to what we've seen in the past. with the vintage figure. It's not going to be all new parts unless they plan on using that over and over. And honestly, I can't think of anything. They could use that style body for multiple figures. I would think it'd be more likely that you might get a Hawk in a jump flight suit similar to Night Force Ripcord and Wild Bill. But I don't know. Maybe they'll throw something. Maybe they'll spend a little extra money. But everything else we've seen so far, Night Force Ripcord is used as the base of that is Wild Bill. And Glinda is actually the new retro Scarlet body that we have not seen yet. But again, in both cases, using tooling that's already been created to subsidize the actual cost of doing this HasLab project. So I'm fully convinced we are going to break through that 16,000 in the next, 20 days? I don't remember how many days are left with the campaign. In sometime mid-July, right before San Diego Comic-Con. I have no doubt we're going to break that, and if the last figure is worth anything, it's definitely going to push us over that 19,000 as well. One more note on that HasLab. If you haven't seen it, you can actually go and see a 3D render now. I'm doing this because you can actually spin it around of the Dragonfly. You can see the propellers in motion. You can see inside the cockpit what it's going to look like. And that's a fun little thing that the Hasbro team did to just let you see more about it, see that digital render from every single angle. It's nice to see, I zoomed in on it when I looked at it, it's nice to see that there's actually foot pegs on the skiff, the landing feet, so that you can actually put figures hanging off of it. It was not in the prototype they showed during their live stream. At least I couldn't see it, but it's definitely present on the digital render. So hopefully that'll be a final product. It'll be included on the final product, but I'd like to actually have my Joes stepping off of it or stepping onto it and using those foot pegs. It's very cool. Like I said, anytime I can, set something up or I can attach accessories to a figure or to a vehicle, that's just an extra win in my book. So that project HasLab is still going on. So if you haven't backed it and you're thinking about it, go ahead and do yourself a favor and go back it now. $275. You will get Wild Bill, Night Force Ripcord, and more than likely Glinda, if not more, by the time the campaign is over. But moving on, other big reveals, as it's Yojo June, the next 3 reveals, or pre-orders rather, that went up on Wednesday of this last week was Robert Grunt Graves, Lowlight, and who was the last one? I always forget someone. The Snow Eel, or no, not the Snow Eel, the Snow Serpent. Yes, Snow Serpent, right off the bat, looks very cool. It is a deluxe figure. It comes with a whole bunch of crazy accessories, including like a wolf's head mask thing, and, matching, what do you call it, a cape, I guess? I don't know. It looks really cool. I have never personally been a huge fan of the Snow Serpent. And I know a lot of people are. And to the people that like Snow Serpent, I'm glad you like him. I'm glad you're able to pick him up. I'm getting one for myself, but I'm just not super sold on the Snow Serpent. It's just not been one of those. I've never really been a huge fan of any Arctic environment figures, with the exception of Snow Job. I always liked. I also liked Alpine. He's kind of a snow person. Iceberg. I like the Joes, but I don't like really the Cobra bad guys for some reason. I've never really had an affinity for them. Now they are releasing an Arctic Bat, which was announced earlier this month for pre-order, and I did pre-order 1 or 2 of those. But yeah, the Snow Serpent's just never been a huge, I've got to have that figure sort of thing. But it does look amazing. The Hasbro team did a fantastic job adding to it, making it look just like the vintage one, but more. Moving on, they announced Grunt, who I am very excited for. This figure is going to be a great troop builder for those who want it, because he comes with an alternate head of the Steel Corps, formerly Steel Brigade. Helmet accessory comes with him. So it'd be really nice. You can build out that line, have a whole bunch of green shirts wearing the Steel Corps mask. And yeah, I think the only issue is some people have pointed out, it says E. Graves, or it says Graves E4, his title or his position, his rank. So that would be a little weird if you had a whole bunch of them lined up and they all said that. But, you know, a Sharpie, anything can fix that and just remove that name. The fun thing is, I think that would be a cool accessory to give to all the OG13 Joes myself, especially since we have a Steel Core 2-pack coming up with male and female Steel Core figures. So we could actually give that head to Scarlet as well if they redo Scarlet. I think they should just take all the OG13s that are coming out, give them that Steel Core head accessory, and all the Joes just a battle helmet they can put on. But that's my thought. Otherwise, Grunt looks fantastic. He comes with some sort of little computer, handheld computer he can use. He comes with the classic laser rifle. He comes with some other accessory, assault rifle, I believe. And he just looks like a fantastic figure. Very excited to pick him up. And again, they're using that same body that I think they previously used with Stalker. And it's just going to be a great figure. I like the head sculpt. I like everything about it. But obviously, I think the big winner out of the three that were announced for pre-order is Lowlight. Lowlight looks fantastic. He looks just like they took the Pursuit of Cobra Lowlight and just blew him up to 6 inches in height. As a matter of fact, I think everything about the Pursuit of Cobra Lowlight is present in this figure. He has the removable goggles. He has the sniper kit that fits into the bag that you can take out and put all together. Looks like a phenomenal figure. And I'm sure that's going to be a really hard one to find if you haven't already pre-ordered it. I think if you're going to try to find that one in stores, you're going to have a hard time. So friendly advice, if you haven't pre-ordered these guys, please pre-order them now. I think they're available through all the retailers. I don't think there's anything overly special about them. I think there's none belonging to any particular online store or otherwise. But I've got all mine ordered. I hope you do too. Finally, we are entering that last week of Yojo June, and the rumors are abounding that the final 3 pre-orders that are going to be announced will be Firefly, looking more like his V1 figure, Crimson Viper, and finally, in an odd choice, Nunchuck. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm excited for these 3. I'm not overly excited for the Viper, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I want to start with the odd man out, and that's Nunchuck. Now, I love Ninja Force. Ninja Force is my jam. I came on to G.I. Joe a little later than a lot of folks in the community that collect G.I. Joe, especially collect classified. So, there's pretty much, if you don't know, there's kind of this divide in the G.I. Joe kingdom. It's really only 2. There's like 2 eras of a real American hero that collectors really seem to like if they have to choose. And there's the 82 to kind of 85, 86 crowd right in there. And then there's like 86, 87 G.I. Joe movie and forward. I fall in the latter category of when I was really like into G.I. Joe. I remember the movie. I remember the whole cartoon series, but I remember the movie, and I especially remember those later figures. So I'm always a big fan of those later figures that are developed. They were more, especially in the 90s, they were neon colored because that was the thing. And so, of course, Ninja Force was part of that, and Nunchuck was actually one of my favorite figures in Ninja Force. It was Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Nunchuck. That was my 3. And I liked him mostly because he had the green and black tiger stripes going on, and it was just it seemed like a military type ninja would look like this. So when they announced Nunchuck as this potential one, again, we won't know until this coming Wednesday, but I think that's a cool choice. So what I've been doing now is trying to figure out what figures are actually going to be used to present Nunchuck, and I think it's going to be fairly easy to take Kamakura and just repaint him and use him as the new Nunchuck. Unless Hasbro decides to swerve us completely and give us the, the version 3 version of Nunchuck that came out in Valor versus Venom, where he has no mask on, long hair, no shirt, and tiger stripe paint on him. If they do that one, that's going to completely shock me, and I would love to see what that looks like. But my heart is hoping that it's V1 Nunchuck and that they're slowly building out this Ninja Force team for us. Because that means if they really are building out Ninja Force, that means I'm going to get a Ninja Force Snake Eyes, which I have been looking forward to because ever since the V1 version of Ninja Force Snake Eyes, I've just not liked that figure. I didn't like the ninja accessory with it. I loved the look of him. I loved how he looked in the comics. And that one they brought to us just never really hit that mark. And if they're going to make a Ninja Force Snake Eyes, I'll be all over that. So, again, that's a rumor for what's coming up this coming week for pre-order, and that'll be the second version of Firefly, which looks like the V1 version. Oh, which I actually didn't speak of, so we can talk about that for a second. Home run, enough said. No, just kidding. But yeah, seriously, if you look at this figure, it looks amazing. It looks just like, again, it's like the Snow Serpent. It's just in low light. It's just that good as the original, but even as the original figure, but better. And it comes with all sorts of fun accessories, including his backpack. So can't wait to own that one, especially because I don't own the original Firefly in the Classified series. I did own it at one point. But yeah, that one was, and I like that one. I thought that was a really cool modern take on Firefly, especially with the scarring he had going on. But everybody wants something that looks close to what they remember from their childhood. And again, this Firefly hits the bill. So, Firefly, Crimson Viper, which we can talk about that one too real quick. It's just a Viper repaint. We've gotten so many of them. I'm exhausted on these repaints of Vipers and Bats. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so exhausted with seeing, and I know why they do it, get the most out of your molds, but I'm just tired of seeing constant repaints so early in the line. And I know they've got to fill those slots, and that's part of it. But I'll still pre-order one just because, maybe two. I think the kicker on the Crimson Viper is going to be if the rumored, and again I'm saying rumored because I don't know if it's happening, if they wind up doing some sort of San Diego Comic-Con or PulseCon or some sort of exclusive Crimson Strike Force team with Baroness and Tomax and Zaymont, then the people that haven't ordered their Crimson Bats and their Crimson Vipers are going to be kicking themselves because they won't have them. And I at least want to have, I've got a couple of Crimson Bats. I'll probably wind up getting 2 Crimson Vipers, even though I really don't want to, because I'm hoping for that. I guess I'm hedging my bets on that set actually happening. So what do you think? What do you think about these upcoming rumors, announcements? Drop me a comment below. Which one are you looking for? Which one's your favorite out of those 3? The Crimson Viper, the Nunchuck, and the Firefly. I'd like to hear your comments. Mine, I think ultimately I'm really looking forward to that Nunchuck, and I hope I don't get disappointed. But yeah, as far as G.I. Joe, otherwise, I know there's some rumors going around about some figures that are going to be coming out by the end of the year. And if memory serves me right, I think by December of this year, it's being rumored that General Hawk, Helix, and Torch or Ripper, and I can't remember which one of the Dreadnoks it is, are going to be released sometime at the end of this year. So that looks, those are good. Helix is a good choice. That's a newer Joe, if you're not familiar with her. But yeah, I think those are 3 solid choices. Especially the General Hawk. I know there's a lot of people wanting them. The question will be, will it be V1 General Hawk? Will it be V2 General Hawk? And if I was a betting man, I would say it's going to be V2 because that's, the bomber jacket, the helmet. And that would be a good choice. If they did a version 1, I'd also be happy with that as well. I think that does it for G.I. Joe news. Before we move on to the next section, again, I really appreciate it if you could hit that like button, hit the subscribe notification, set it to all notifications because you know me, I'm on the march to 500 subscribers and we are dangerously close. And I've said it before, I said it again, if we get to that 500 mark here fairly soon, I'm going to do a live stream. We're going to talk about G.I. Joe. We're going to talk about Masters of the Universe. We're going to talk about any other toy properties that you want to talk about during that live stream. I'm going to get input from you. I'm going to get feedback from you on things you like, what you don't like. But the big selling point of this is once we have those 500 subscribers, I'm going to do, during the live stream, I'm going to give away 5 figures. 5 action figures from Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Masters of the Universe, WWE, Mattel's WWE, and at least those 4 properties. And I actually have them all down here right now. And I've previously announced them, so I'll go ahead and tell you again. 2 of those figures, I'm not going to announce all of them, but the 2 I've previously announced are both from the G.I. Joe Classified series. One is indeed a Crimson Bat, mint on card, ready for one lucky subscriber. So you have to be subscribed, so go ahead and subscribe right now, and you're already entered. So, and the other one is going to be a G.I. Joe Classified series Retro Crimson Guard, which is a very hard item to find right now, if I'm not mistaken. If you ordered these from Walmart, I don't know if anybody in the U.S. has gotten them. I know they're available in Canada. But yeah, so I'm going to give away those 2 figures to 2 lucky subscribers. And all you have to do is be a subscriber and have a way for me to contact you. So, be a subscriber, click that bell button, I'll wait. Go ahead and hit the like button while you're at it. And then the other thing that I have not announced is I will be giving away something. And I haven't decided what that something is yet. But during the live stream, if you are actually a live participant in the live stream, I'll have the live chat going and everything. I will pick one person during the live stream and I'll give away something else. And we'll do a vote on it. I'll go through, we'll say, hey, here's some stuff I'm thinking about giving away to people of the live stream only. So if you're part of the live stream during this event, and I'll make plenty of announcements when I'm going to have it, so you will not miss it. I'll probably do a short for it, and I'll actually throw it up in a weekly. But yeah, so all sorts of goodies coming. Once we hit that 500 subscriber mark, it's going to be fantastic. Now, changing gears, let's talk about the stuff I have picked up this week, because holy cow, it's been a week of things I've found and saw in toy stores and hobby stores and Targets and Walmarts, and I spent a lot of money this week because I'm crazy. So, first things first, I was able to, again, take advantage of the Hasbro Pulse Power Days sales event, and I was able to pick up a few more action figures. So I'll go ahead and show you. We're going to have reviews coming up in the next week or so for these figures. But I was super excited to pick up, sorry, while I'm reaching off here I put the things I picked up on the bottom from Hasbro. So, I was able to get this set, the Marvel Legends Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, because I watched this growing up, and when they announced this set, I was like, I'm going to get this at some point, but I'm not going to pay retail price for it. So I was able to get this, being a Hasbro Pulse member, I was able to get this set for 35% off, which made it totally doable and totally worth it. So look for the review of this guy coming up very soon. I was able to pick up the Mandalorian Vintage Collection Navarro Cantina, which I think is super cool, and I think it's going to be a great display on my shelf. So very excited to review this guy. It does come with that Shadow Trooper, so that's awesome. That's an extra bonus I'm looking forward to. And then finally, I was able to pick up a classified Zorana. And I've been wanting this figure for a while, but as you guys may or may not know, I'm not a huge fan of the Dreadnoughts. The Dreadnoughts are not like... I like Zartan. That's pretty much it. But I was like, Zorana looks really cool, and I would definitely pick her up if I can get her under retail. And with this event, I was able to pick her up for about $17.50. So look for a review of Zorana very soon. So that takes care of what I picked up from Hasbro Pulse. Now, I went to my local hobby store yesterday and was very pleasantly surprised to find the second wave of the Indiana Jones Adventure Series figures. So I was able to pick up 3 of the 5. I was able to get Indiana Jones Temple of Doom, so very cool. I was able to find the newest movies figure of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, so very excited for that. And finally, the Temple of Doom Hypnotized Indiana Jones. Now, these all actually, the artifact they build are actually the crazy skull with the 3 stones in it. The stones actually glow, so that's very cool, and I can't wait to do a review on these. So the only 2 figures I need to complete this line will be Helena Shaw from Dial of Destiny and Short Round from Temple of Doom. I actually found out that Short Round is short packed in that wave to only 1 Short Round per case. So I hopped online yesterday and I ordered the remaining 2 figures, and hopefully I get them soon so I can review this entire wave at once and do the build and artifact together on the channel so we can all review it together. But I am going to start these Indiana Jones reviews sometime this coming week, so be on the lookout for those. And finally, I got a pleasant surprise from Mattel Creations. I had completely forgotten that I had ordered not one, but 2 Wondars. And I already have a Wondar. When they did that second run of Wondars, I guess I must have ordered 2, and I do not remember doing that. But I got a notification that Wondar was on his way, and I was like, I don't remember ordering these. And I looked at my order, and my order was, it was like over a year ago. Maybe, I can't remember how long it was. But I'd ordered 2 more Wondars because I remember I have a Wondar, and I had opened it, and he's on my shelf right now. And I kind of like to keep extra figures of the exclusives, just, keep an extra one stashed away for a rainy day, so to speak. You never know when you might need something for trade fodder. But yeah, so I got 2 more Wondars in. And yeah, pretty excited about that. Was not expecting it. And then another Masters of the Universe figure that I got notified that will be shipping, got notified today actually, that it is coming out, is Vicron. So my 2 Vicrons that I ordered from Mattel Creations are shipping, so hopefully I'll get them within this next week, and I can get a review up on them. I pre-ordered 2 of those as well. I'll probably have one Vicron just in his classic barbarian gear, and the other one I'll just leave in the package. I don't think I'll swap and have 2 of them with their alternate armors or anything. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised to see that that's on its way as well. So yeah, it's been a busy toy week. I'm looking down here because I still have other stuff that I need to review from my first Hasbro Pulse purchase. And again, the Hasbro Pulse is Power Days is going on until Monday the 26th at like 9 or 10 a.m. Eastern time. I can't remember exactly, but you've only got a day. So if there's anything out there, a lot of good stuff has sold out. I was on the fence about the Slave One. In retrospect, I probably should have picked it up, and I did. I was actually going to pick it up yesterday. I was like, you know what? I'm going to order it, and it had sold out. So you snooze, you lose. I lost in this case, but I've been able to pick up a lot of other cool stuff, as you just saw. And yeah, I think that's just about it. So with that being said, my name's Mark. This is Coffee and Toys, and we'll catch you soon.